Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you 5 products that I think are quite underrated. Few are maybe underrated because they are not so much well known, but I hope after this video they get more love and they get more attention. Let's get to the first one. I already know that my opinion is not the popular one because I've seen this eyeshadow palette decluttered so many times. And if it's not decluttered, it's just okay, I don't kind of like it, but I just keep it. But I love it, and it's the Naturally Pretty eyeshadow palette from ItCosmetics. Okay, I know if you are one of those who don't get this palette, I'll explain. First of all, there is a variety of shades, and then there is this pearlescent shadow which you are supposed to use on top of these shadows, which are all supposed to be matte, but they are not. They are more kind of satin finish. You can add this pearlescent shade and transform any of these shadows to pearlescent shadows. Why I love this is first the variety, and second because it's so easy to use. These have a lot of pigment, and it's that kind of pigment that just doesn't just stick to the place you set it. You can really blend it easily. So this is very easy palette to use and very fast palette, because this usually just takes few wipes blending with your brush and that's it. And these are unbelievably well suited together, so you can just mix any of these shades and they look good together. They are not pigmented as you can, if you think of Anastasia Beverly Hills or Natasha Denona, for example. These are not the same, but I don't even want these to be. But these are not as lightly pigmented as some, for example, more affordable eyeshadows. These are well pigmented enough, and it's just so easy and pleasant to use, so I definitely recommend to give another try to this palette or test it if you have not yet. Then I have one foundation which I think is underrated because it's not so well known, and people for some reason they don't tend to try this brand. I have some kind of hair somewhere. I chose this to the underrated product because this is a brand which is not usually so much seen in YouTube and tested, and it is Clarins. And this one is the foundation Skin Illusion. If you've been following me in Instagram, you already know I love this foundation. If I had to choose just one foundation, this probably would be it. It's beautiful on dry skin, normal combination, might even work on oily skin on a winter time, but not during summer, because this is hydrating foundation and there is a little bit of glow, not awfully lot, but at least some. I usually don't set this, but if you set this is last of course longer, and you can set it to quite matte finish. So I do have combination skin to the leaning to dry side, but this lasts beautifully on my nose and my chin, which are usually the oiliest areas. I have no problems. Why I love this is because it looks so natural on my skin. It's really skin-like foundation, and it does just give your skin but better look, and it does hide my hyperpigmentation, but not fully. This is not a full coverage. You can build it to solid medium coverage or keep it light coverage, but not a full coverage. But definitely try this. I think the other YouTuber Jessica from Jam Beauty 89 tested this and loved it as well, so go and check her video as well if you want to see how it performs, because this is a great one. Then I have 2 products from brand Nyx. First one is the Bright Idea Stick Highlighter or Illuminating Stick. There's a difference. This is not a highlighting stick. This is illuminating. It's beautiful on skin. You can apply it as it is, if you don't wear any makeup or on top of makeup, um, the shade is really kind of basic champagne shade. The formula is not too, it's not too kind of sticky or dry, so you can easily apply it on. Even when I've used it on top of powder, I've had no problems with this one, because I just then usually take it with my brush and just stipple it to my cheek, and it looks good. It is beautiful product. It's very affordable. I don't understand why people are not talking about this more. Definitely go and try. And if you're not so used to stick products, this might be something you want to try as an easy access to stick world, because it's so easy to use and it's not sticky at all. And other products from NYX, it's not as much the formula but the shade of the blushes, and this is the shade Amber. And I don't understand why this blush is not more talked about, or is it just so old that people have already forgotten this? But it's such a perfect muted coral peachy shade with a little bit of pink. This is so beautiful. I've been using it so much with very different looks, and that's why I love it. It kind of puts everything together. I can use it with this kind of cool toned look, I can use it with warm toned look, I can use it with gold tones and pink tones and blue eyeshadows, and it just, for somehow, it just is perfect every time, and I absolutely love this shade. Next product is actually quite similar. I didn't realize it until I started doing this video, that this Cheeck duo from Lolo, this shade is very similar to the one from NYX. This one from NYX is more pigmented, it's more bright. This is more softer and a bit, I would say, cooler tone, this from Lolo. But they are quite close to each other, which I'm not so surprised to see. The formula is great in this one as well. It applies easily on my skin, lasts all day, and especially applied with this highlighter or this on top. It does look quite yellow actually in this palette, but when I apply it on my skin, it starts to look more kind of champagne shade. And applied on top of this blush, but any other blushes as well, there's something about in this formula which is, there's not at all glitter or shimmer. This is purely highlighting pearlescent shade. This is, it does lean into cool toned shade, but not much, so it is more kind of neutral champagne shade in your skin. At least on me, it doesn't enhance any texture. It applies beautifully and lasts all day, and this is beautiful as used on eyeshadow, so really love this. They have other shade as well, which is more kind of cool pink toned. I like it too, but this is my favorite of the two. And then the last one is a eyeshadow one. This is from the brand Paese. I don't know how to pronounce it other way than Finnish way. I think this is Polish brand, seems to be. This single eyeshadow in shade Kashmir. I've had it for years, and every time when I wear this I get compliments. And we Finn, we don't give compliments. We don't. It's not, especially to strangers. We don't give compliments to strangers. But every time when I use this eyeshadow, I get compliments from strangers. That's probably said enough. It does look like it's just average brownish taupey shade, but for some reason, at least on my skin, it just looks beautiful, and I usually use this just as a one shade eyeshadow on my eyelid, and then I blend it upwards, and that's it. And every time it just looks beautiful. I myself, I'm always like, well, now it's a great eyeshadow day, that this is looking great. There is something magical in this shade Kashmir, so if you can get your hands on this, I definitely recommend trying it. It's amazing, amazing. So here were my underrated favorites. If there is some which you have tried and don't agree with me, please let me know, because I would be happy to hear why you haven't enjoyed these. And if you have some products that you think are underrated, let me and let others know as well. I would be happy to hear what kind of products you've been enjoying that you think that others have not found yet in the best way. But that's it. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, otherwise I wouldn't know. And I wish you now have a great day and see you next time. Bye bye.